Good morning, Year 1, and welcome to the first of our lessons in Geography for the year. We're going to be thinking about hot and cold places. Now, this lesson is going to take place in 2 sessions. So the first session, we're going to be doing the input, and then you may want to watch that again before we do the second lesson, which is sorting the information. Okay, so here's to get started. So, what I want you to do is I want you to think about what it's like to live in Helmshire. Think about the weather, whether it changes throughout the year, and then what kind of weather we have. So tell your grown-up that, and grown-ups pause the video each time if you want to discuss these, or you can do the questions all in one go at the end. So the second question is, what's the weather like here today? So have a look out your window and see what the weather looks like. Now this is a bit trickier. I want you to think about whether or not the weather is the same now and it will be the same at Christmas. Or is it different? And there's a picture down here just to remind you of our school at Christmas. And then what about, what's the weather like in the summer? Is that different from today? And here's a picture of Helmshire in the summer. And then the final question is, do you think that the weather is the same everywhere in the world? So what you see out your window would be the same in every different place around the world. So once you've talked about that with your grown-up, you'll be ready for the next part of the lesson. Okay, so the next lesson, and the link for the video is here, is watch this video and then I want you to tell your grown-up what you think we mean by the hot places in the world. And if possible, tell your grown-up where those hot places are. Okay, and grown-ups, if you've got a map of the world, this would be really helpful to share with them at that point. Okay, once you've done that, we're going to go to our second video to watch. And our second video, you've probably guessed, is all about the cold places of the world. So again, watch that video, and when you're ready, think about what we mean by the cold places in the world. And then also have a think about where the cold places in the world are. And once you're ready and you use that clip, then we're going to go on to the main part of the lesson. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to play the hot and cold game. What I want you to do is you're going to decide one part of your house is hot and one part of your house is cold. And if you see a hot image, I want you to run there. And then I want you to think about why you know it's hot, and then I'll tell you which it is. So here's our first picture. So you decide, is this a hot or a cold place? Pause the video till you're ready, and then come back and have a look at it again. And you're right, it's a hot place. And the key clues here are it's very, very yellow. And we've got some green palm trees. Okay, what about this next one? Is that hot or cold? Brilliant, that's freezing cold. And you can see that because it's all white and blues everywhere. Okay, so what about this next one? Tricky, isn't it? But this one is also hot because it's very sandy colours, and you can see that the people are wearing hats to keep the heat off, and they've got loose clothing but not a lot of it. What about this next one? Brilliant, that's hot again, and you can see the yellows that gives that away. What about this one? I bet you're using the animals here. Our favourite animals, the penguins. And that's right, this probably is Antarctica, and it's freezing cold. Bit of a tricky one, but this one is actually hot. So you can see again the yellows and the very sandy areas. And yeah, there is a bit of water, but it looks all stagnant. Okay, what about this next one? Brilliant. And this one is our last picture, and that's right, it's cold. And you can tell it's cold because there's snow everywhere And these houses have been specially designed to be able to cope with the snow. So they'll have thick walls and they'll probably have double or triple glazed windows. Okay, brilliant. So I'm now going to explain what we're going to be doing in our second lesson. So here you go. What we're going to be doing, and you can have a go at this now or later if you want, is we're going to be cutting out and sticking pictures so that they're either showing hot places or cold places. And when you've done that, you could take a photograph and send it into school so I can see how brilliantly you've done. And that is the end of our two-part geography lesson. Well done. Look forward to working with you again soon.